Colorado's red flag gun law allows family members, teachers, medical or mental health workers, or law enforcement to petition to have somebody's guns taken if they're a danger. Allows it. But there's no requirement to act. Our Kelly Rinke looks at that.
2 years ago, hate came to the door of Club Q, an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs. The shooter killed 5 people, and soon after the attack, there were questions about whether police and deputies could have used the red flag law to prevent it. That's because the shooter had been arrested a year earlier for threatening their grandparents and vowing to become the next mass killer. Charges were dropped after witnesses didn't cooperate. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office didn't file a red flag petition.
ERPOs are sort of a tool in a toolkit of violence reduction strategies that law enforcement have available to them.
We're both part of the Injury and Violence Prevention Center, and so we care a lot about suicide prevention, homicide prevention.
Leslie Bernard and Ashley Brooks Russell are professors at the Colorado School of Public Health. They can't speak to the lawsuit filed this week by survivors of the Club Q shooting, but they've studied the impact of the state's red flag laws.
In Colorado, the majority of petitions, as with other states, are filed by law enforcement officers.
Most petitions to take away someone's gun are filed by police, but state law doesn't mandate law enforcement to do so. Families would have to overcome a law that protects governments from civil suits and then convince a judge or a jury that a red flag petition would have stopped the shooting. CU Anschutz is currently surveying police to get their input on the petition process.
Where we're trying to really understand how ERPOs fit into that toolbox and what we can do to help them understand when they're appropriate or how to make them easier to use.
So a protection order was filed in that 2021 case that prohibited the shooter from having guns. The sheriff's office said a red flag petition on top of that wasn't necessary, and then the charges were dismissed, and the sheriff's office said they had no facts to refer back to because that case had been ultimately sealed.
We know that when Colorado got its red flag gun laws, there were a number of sheriffs in more conservative counties who just came out and said, like, we are not going to utilize this law. We are not going to do it.
Yeah, and there were studies that were done that found that judges were approving these petitions at a lower rate in those Second Amendment sanctuary counties where the leaders have said, you know, we're not going to do it.
Kelly Rinke, thank you very much.